Now with all this going on, this is going to be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
Those stupid skateboards. Do you know how yogurt was discovered?
So then what does the bucket do?
Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name is Jerry Begley, and this is the show that gives sage advice.
For example, you would never combine lemon and sage when preparing a hot fudge sundae.
Magnifique.
So what kind of sage are we talking about here?
I think we're talking about sagebush.
Yes, we're talking about the bush, not the bird. You never put a sage grouse on a hot fudge sundae, ever.
Pretty sure they're illegal to eat anyways.
So we're not talking about sage.
Grouse.
No, we're not talking about a sage.
We're not talking about a wise person.
Yes.
We're not talking about wise people who know what to do with birds and lemons.
Because we are not wise people, birds, or lemons.
Today we're going to be talking about bad milk.
Milk's gone bad.
I need to go shut the refrigerator door. We'll be right back.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Comedy.
Parenting.
Radio.
Wild horses keep dragging me away, and I'll lose more than I'm gonna win someday.
All right, you're back with Comedy Parenting Radio, Bad Milk. We experienced some of that recently, didn't we, Elijah?
I would have to say rather recent.
You're the one that brought it up. We're all happily eating cereal, and you're over there with a sour look on your face.
Well, it didn't help that we were eating sour milk.
I didn't think it was sour, did you, Josh?
I could not taste a thing.
I go by expiration dates. What about you, Josiah?
I go by the day that it was ever made.
We even had discussions on that. That's the born-on date, and there's the expiration date, and the milk is supposed to be good 7 days after that, but...
We aren't even 7 days out from the due date.
But we do drive over an hour to get home in 96-degree weather from the grocery store, so...
If Dad doesn't put the milk on ice, it turns to cottage cheese.
The funny thing is that there was an identical milk just like it, which I had secretly been drinking for about 2 days, or for about a day now.
Wait, you've been secretly drinking the good milk and leaving the bad milk for us?
Mm-hmm, because you guys disagreed with me, and you were like, no, I don't want to listen to Elijah, we're going to drink the bad milk.
They had the same dates on them. Okay, I got them at the exact same time. They're identical twins.
They came from opposite ends of the U.S.
One of them came from an expired cow.
I'm kind of shocked as the father of a large family that people would tell me, oh, I bought a quart of milk and it went bad. Because when we had 9 people in the house here, I would buy 2 gallons of milk per day.
And milk consumption hasn't gone down that much.
Not really, hardly.
And we're about half.
Yeah, we go through about a gallon a day. Maybe 3/4 of a gallon.
I have to buy it by 2 gallons at a time, but I don't do that every single day. I used to buy 2 gallons a day. The ladies in the grocery store would look at me, and if I came by with 1 gallon of milk, they would say, what, only 1 gallon today? And I'd say, I got 3 gallons yesterday.
There's plenty of milk drinkers in this house.
So that's why I'm so resilient from when I fell off of the deck.
On your head.
What you say again?
Yeah, but Courtney's broken 2 bones.
Those stupid skateboards and bikes.
Those stupid methods of perambulation.
Anything with wheels.
But it wasn't a skateboard. It wasn't the skateboard. It was the wind.
She said the wind blew her off the skateboard. Okay. What about when you go to pour the gallon of milk on your cereal and the little milk crusties fall onto your cereal that are kind of around the top of the jug?
Nice and tasty. Ugh.
Doesn't that just sort of ruin your cereal?
It sort of sours my milk.
Well, I eat it anyways.
That's why I prefer to get the yogurt-covered raisins for the cereal, because then you don't recognize it. It just looks like yogurt laying there.
Oh, man. That's nasty. That's really nasty.
What's nasty about that?
I hate that.
Bill Cosby used to say that his mother would put raisins in the oatmeal so that they couldn't find the dead flies in the oatmeal.
Have you ever had expired milk that tasted like corn?
No.
Corn?
Corn.
Never.
You know, I'd have to say, actually, some of the best milk that I've ever had is not super fresh milk, but it's just slightly expired. It's not truly rotten or anywhere near rotten, but, you know, you leave it out on the counter for like an hour and it tastes wonderful.
It's turning into cottage cheese.
It is. It's, cheese and suches are made by bacteria, so it might as well be cheese.
We've got a lot of bacteria around our house. We ought to be able to make all kinds of cheese.
We certainly do.
You got bacteria in the hair, on the soup, on the floor, in the dish drainer, in the dishes, on the car, on the door handle, on the wind generator, on the shed.
We've even got bacteria on our bacteria.
It's quite the battle.
I don't know if it's worth cleaning anymore or if we should just bring in the Flammenwerfer.
The what?
Flammenwerfer.
What's a Flammenwerfer?
Flamethrower.
Oh, flamethrower.
Hey, Dad. Milk's gonna get bad. The door came off of the refrigerator. Milk's gonna go bad.
Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling. Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling. Got this feeling in my body.
Are you tired of the same old music at your parties?
Do your guests leave early because of the same old, same old?
Well, get ready for something new, exciting, and fresh.
Hawaiian banjo songs.
That's right, Hawaiian banjo songs.
We've put together the most amazing collection of all time Hawaiian banjo music that will
blow you away.
Listen to songs like Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Mele Kalikimaka.
And this song that we didn't know the name of.
With Hawaiian banjo songs, you get 139 songs on a 13 CD set. That's over 500 hours of music for only $5.95. That's right, $5.95.
This set normally sells for $6.95, but it's yours if you act now.
Order your box of Hawaiian banjo songs now.
Operators are standing around board.
Hawaiian Banjo Songs is not sold in stores. The owner of Hawaiian Banjo Songs cannot be contacted in the continental United States. Listening to Hawaiian Banjo Songs may have side effects. These include nausea, vomiting, and loss of friends on social media. Hawaiian Banjo Songs does not accept returns. Void where prohibited.
Captain, we've hit a reef and we're sinking.
Shh, not now, not now. I'm listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
I grew up on a farm. We had one milk cow, which was probably a good idea because we had 6 kids. We probably drank 2 gallons of milk a day.
Oh, my.
So when you get a milk cow, your milk consumption goes down. People go, I don't want to drink that milk.
Yes, because
came from a cow.
It did came from a cow, and it has a lot more cream in it.
And I milked the cow. I know what goes on when you milk a cow.
It's not pasteurized.
Oh, really? Please enlighten us with the secrets of what goes on when you milk a cow.
Well, for number one thing, you have barn cats, and the barn cats walk around you while you're milking the cow. So you squirt the cats in the face with the milk while you're milking, and then they lick their faces.
Oh.
Kind of entertaining. Another thing is, every now and then, the cow steps in the bucket.
Why does the cow step in the bucket?
To probably scratch yourself when there's flies in the barn or something like that.
So then what does the bucket do?
Has cow foot in it.
It's like having Jell-O in your milk.
Not even. I know what cows walk in. So when the cow steps in the bucket, you have to throw that milk away. Clean the bucket out, rinse it out, wash it out, go back and milk the cow. Start over. Squirt the cats, come in with about 2 cups of milk.
And also there's just things falling off the cow, which are going in the milk.
That's true, although you do clean the cow first. But you spray the cow with fly spray so she doesn't step around and swish her tail. Have you ever milked a cow and then they swish their tail and then you get hit in the face with their tail?
You know, I cannot say that I have ever milked a cow ever.
Well, let the fly spray settle before you go milk the cow.
Heard that.
Dad, this milk tastes like fly spray.
Ooh, yummy. I'm sure that's good on the tummy. And also the liver.
What about all the cream?
We had a Jersey cow, and so they give massive amounts of cream. So when the milk sits in the refrigerator overnight, the cream rises to the top.
And you find out it's about half cream, half milk.
Well, isn't that supposed to be great?
Like half and half?
No, you don't drink cream. You can make ice cream. You can put cream in your coffee, which none of us kids drank coffee. You can make butter. We bought a butter churner, but never made butter.
Oh, why?
We didn't know how.
It's pretty.
It's very, very intuitive. I've never churned butter, but even I know you just take the stick and stomp it.
No, this was electric butter churner.
What?
Oh.
Maybe we didn't have electric. I don't know.
We've made butter before. We put cream in a little Tupperware and run around and shake it a bunch.
When you see little kids running around the house shaking butter everywhere, you know something. You know something good's about to happen.
Or when you find those little kids about 3 miles from the house still running and shaking butter.
You gotta wonder how the first person to discover butter discovered butter. Like,
oh boy, my milk has gone squishy.
Do you know how yogurt was discovered?
Put it in saddlebags.
The Crusaders put milk in saddlebags, and bouncing along, it turned into yogurt.
oh.
And they're like, well, we might as well eat it before it goes bad.
Hey, men, we go on a crusade so we can get more yogurt. Seriously, guys, we're starving out here.
So
we
that's
need more
why
milk.
they had like 3 or 4 crusades, is they needed yogurt en masse.
That's probably what I would have done, is just I've been the farm boy with like 6 satchels full of milk just riding around the village.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. Bad milk. Stay tuned.
Don't think sorry's easily said.
At highway speeds, the average text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Stop texts. StopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Comedy Parenting Radio, setting the bar in podcasting.
Has anybody seen where I set my podcasting bar? Powdered milk.
You love
yes.
it, you hate it.
So I hate it and I love it. Did you know there used to be a powdered milk, many years ago, called Milkman? That was the brand.
I did not know that.
It was awesome. It had cream in it.
How did they do that?
Powdered cream? You can make, powdered cream. It made the milk creamier when you reconstituted it.
Delicious.
It was actually really, really good for powdered milk.
Instead of like the 2% stuff, was
no,
it better
that's
than
not 2%. That's 0%. That's skim milk. So the powdered milk you get right now is skim milk.
How do you know that?
I worked in a milk factory.
You worked in a milk factory?
Yes, and so I was in the room where, up above me, upstairs, they had a big hot room of...
hotness.
Yeah. And they would spray milk into the air through little nozzles, and it would dry the milk out right away, and the powder would fall to the floor. But before they did that, they took all of the cream out of it.
Why did they took all the cream out of it?
Because the cream didn't want to powderize as quickly.
Oh.
And then I was down below sacking giant sacks of powdered milk, 100-pound bags of powdered milk going on pallets And then those went to the grocery store, big place, and some poor schlub had to open that up and dump it in a big vat and add water to it, and that became the skim milk that you buy.
Delicious.
So for those of you who are out there drinking skim milk because it's healthier for you, it doesn't have the fat, but it's, well...
Might have just mild amounts of sweat in it.
Yes.
As Ben Franklin once said, "When you drink deeply from the cup, you should expect a few dregs."
That's really some sage advice right there, Ben Franklin. Do you know where that saying actually came from? No. Ben Franklin was referring to age because he had gout and he was 80 years old and they carried him around. And so he said that when you drink deeply from the cup of life, you should expect a few dregs.
Or he could have said, when your milk gets old, it will go sour.
You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. Bad milk. Thanks for coming into the kitchen today, guys.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Honestly, I sort of wish I hadn't came. Now my mouth tastes like bad milk.
I have a feeling that the studio session is going to expire soon.
I feel like my contract with the show is going to expire soon.
Bye-bye.
Is that a picture of Ben Franklin on the milk carton?